Hi everyone, my name is Eugenia Scares and we are from the group 2. Today we're going to tackle about the life of Rizal and UST during 1877 and 1882. First is pursuing a higher degree of education, the achievement of Rizal in Ateneo. He wanted to first pursue another degree. So after Rizal completed his higher degree in Ateneo, he wanted to extend her education at the University of Santo Tomas. Thus, this idea was highly opposed by his mother, Doña Teodora. So during that time, his mother opposed his decision to continue his studies at University of Santo Tomas. She did not want Rizal to become more knowledgeable, for the Spanish will cut off his head. So during that time, if you are a Filipino, you have to be afraid if you are knowledgeable enough to fight against Spaniards, kay they will cut off your head. So another reason that because of 1872 incident Gomborza execution. So after Gomborza execution, after that mahadlok na ang mga Filipino mo fight against Spaniards kay they will kill the Filipinos nga mulaban sa ilaha. Wanted Rizal to go home and have a business. So gusto na lang ni Doña Teodora nga mag-business si Rizal and go home. Instead, she blamed the Filipino intellectuals of their mental capacity as the way of challenging the Spaniards. So gibasol ni Doña Teodora ang mga Filipino nga mga intellectuals for challenging the Spaniards kay lagi mahadlok si Doña Teodora sa mga Spaniards nga pati yun sa Rizal. That's the reason why gibasol niya ang mga Filipino intellectual nga nag-challenge sa mga Spaniards. So, his life in University of Santo Tomas. So, the University of Santo Tomas is a Royal University of Santo Tomas, the Catholic University of the Philippines, founded on April 28, 1611 by Archbishop Miguel de Benavides. As Rizal entered the university, he took philosophy and letters in 1877 during his 16 years old. Cosmology, metaphysics, theodicity, history of philosophy, taking the course primarily because of his father's choice. Jose was inclined towards the art. So during that time, Rizal wanted to he took philosophy and letters sa kagustuhan sa iyang father. So there is Jose Rizal was inclined towards the arts. So because of that, there is anang naglibog siya. So he seek guidance from Ateneo of Father Pablo. Ngayo siya guidance kang Father Pablo kung unsa gyud ang iyang kuhaon nga kurso, kung unsa gyud kung arts ba nga na-incline siya or ang philosophy and letters by ang kagustuhan sa iyang papa. He enrolled to his course for two reasons. So Rizal enrolled to his course for two reasons. Because his father likes it and he was still uncertain as to what career to follow. So the first reason is the letter and philosophy is his father choice para sa iyaha. And that time, the reason pod nga nang ni-proceed na lang si Rizal sa philosophy and letters kay kuan pa siya, uncertain pa siya sa iyang gusto nga tapuson nga kurso. So he was enrolled in Ateneo taking a vocational course in surveying in 1877 to 78, given the title of Perito Agrimensor, Expert Surveyor, on November 25, 1881. At the age of 17, he was the president of the Academy of Natural Science and secretary in Marian Congregation in Ateneo. So during his 17, he was the president of the Academy of Natural Science and secretary in Marian Congregation in Ateneo. He obtained gold medals in agriculture and topography. So, di ba, During his Ateneo days, Rizal obtained the gold medals in agriculture and topography. In vocational courses, the agriculture and commerce, mechanics, and surveying. So, nag-exceed gid siya dito nga mga vocational courses, and that's all my part.
So in year 1878 to 1879, second term at UST, after completing his first year, Rizal decided to take up medicine as his university course. So this change of heart was due to two factors. So Father Ramon Pablo Recto de Ateneo had advised him to pursue the course. So Rizal took up medical course upon the advice of Ateneo's rector to study medicine. And Rizal's mother had failing eyesight, and he thought he owed it to her to become a doctor to cure her conditions and to be able to cure his mother's growing blindness. So in December 1878, to erect a statue in honor of the university's benefactor and founder, Archbishop Miguel de Benavides, the Dean University Rector Father Joaquin Fonseca asked Governor General Domingo Mariunes to raise funds from students and professors to fabricate the statue and construct the monument, which needed 30,000 pesos. So the fundraising effort was reflected in Chapter 12 of El Filibusterismo, in the conversations between Placido Penitente and Juanito Pilaes in the campaign to collect funds for the statue of Father Baltasar. So, alluding to Bishop Benavides, Father Baltasar was not entirely fictitious. It referred to Father Baltasar, fourth, the executor of Archbishop Benavides, which led to the founding of the university in 1611. So in 1877 to 1878, Rizal studied cosmology, metaphysics, theodicy, history of philosophy during his first year term. So stayed in UST has so much influenced his intellectual development because he earned excellent marks in subjects like physics, chemistry, natural history, anatomy 1, and dissection 1. And in year 1879 to 1880, medicine year 2, anatomy 2, dissection 2, physiology, private hygiene, and public hygiene. And in year 1880 to 1881, medicine year 3, general pathology, therapeutic, and surgery.
For marriage. The next is Leonor Rivera. The 13-year-old Leonor Rivera met the 18 years old Rizal at the boarding house of Rizal uncle in Intramuros. So Leonor Rivera is the cousin from Camille. Rizal's cousin from Camille. She born in Camiling, Tarlac, April 11, 1867. A student of La Concordia College, where Rizal's sister Soledad was then studying. Frail, pretty girl, and tender as a budding flower, with kindly wistful eyes. So, Rivera was described by Rizal as a charming woman with a beautiful singing voice and good piano skills. Despite having a strong and fruitful bond, Rivera and Rizal faced two problems. The two were cousins, and their family disapproved their relationship. Rivera's parents did not approve of their relationship, saying that Rizal was a filibuster or a free voter. Their relationships lasted 8 years. So the first picture is Segunda Katigbak. The second picture is the Leonor Valenzuela. The third is Leonor Rivera, cousin of. They were second cousins. To the Filipino youth, Liceo Artístico Literanum, Artistic Literary Lyceum. It is a society of literary men and artists. Held a literary contest and offered a prize, silver pen, feather-shaped decorated with gold ribbon, for best poem, a la Juventud Filipina, or to the Filipino youth. It was during his second year in medicine that Rizal wrote the poem A la Juventud Filipina, which won first prize at the Liceo Literary de Manila. The poem became known for its immortal words when it refers the youth as the fair hope of the motherland. Rizal Prize winning and inspiring poem of Flawless for Rizal beseeched the Filipino youth to rise from the lethargy, to let their genius mind fly swiftly the wind and descend with art and science to break the chains that have long bound the spirit of the people. He wanted the Filipino youth to use their capabilities, talents, and skills to stand out not only for their own praise and success of their own motherland, the Philippines. So these two reasons why Rizal poem was a classic in Philippine literature. First, it was the first great poem in Spanish written by a Filipino, whose merit was recognized by Spanish literary authorities. Second, it expressed for the first time the nationalistic concept that the Filipinos were the fair hope of the fatherland. That's all my part. Thank you.
Hi everyone, so my name is Gisela Micaroa. So this is my part of our report. Hence, the Dominican University favored Rizal instead of discriminating. As an evidence, studying preparatory course in medicine, the first year in medicine, very rare privileges, the illustration of proof were far from the truth. Regarding the charge of discrimination, Rizal was given the rare privilege of studying the preparatory course of medicine and first year of medicine. It cannot be said that the Dominicans discriminated against Rizal, but actually favored him. In the first year of Rizal's class in medicine, there were 24 students. Only 7 managed to reach the fourth year with Rizal placing second. If Rizal was really persecuted, he would not have lasted until this stage. There were also 6 Spaniards enrolled in his class during the first year. The fourth year, only one, a Philippine-born Spaniard named Jose Jose Resurrection y Padilla remained. If there was discrimination, these 6 Spaniards would have stayed. This last Spaniard received the grade of suspensa of failing grade in his 5th year when Rizal already left the Spain. Next is the first Spanish encounter. It was when Rizal was unable to say good evening to a Guardia Civil and he was brutally slashed at his back with a sword. On March 21, 1887, address to Blumentritt stated, I went to the Captain General but I could not obtain justice. My wound lasted for 2 weeks. He reported it to the authorities but there was not action. On a dark summer vacation night of 1878 in Calamba, when Rizal was a freshman medical student at the UST, he experienced his first taste of Spanish brutality. He was walking in the street and dimly perceived the figure of a man while passing him, not knowing that was a lieutenant of the Guardia Civil. Due to darkness, he did not salute nor say a courteous good evening. With a snarl, he turned upon Rizal, whipped out his sword, and brutally slashed the latter on the back. So, that's all.
So, before Rizal studied University of Santo Tomas, there was a side story that it was the time when University of Santo Tomas was almost abolished. And I will discuss that to you. So, in Revolution of 1868, the overthrow of Queen Isabella II. After that overthrow of Queen Isabella II, there are many efforts to secularize not only the church but also all institutions under churches and place them in the hands of laymen. So there are many people who want schools to step away from the churches, or not just the school but many other institutions. But today let us discuss the decree that who wants to circularize the school of the University of Santo Tomas. This decree is called Moret Decree because it was issued by Sigismundo Moret. Considering the enlightenments that began in the 7th century, they said that learnings and should governed by science and reasons, and religion should step out. So the reason of this decree, because they believe that learnings should be in science and reason and not in religion, not in the teachings of the church, but in science and reason. So the result of this decree made many friars and Dominicans angry. So they protest, and with that, they sent a delegation headed by the university rector Domingo Tresera. So Domingo Tresera is a priest, and he is the chief executive within the institution. On January 26, 1871, Father Francisco Revas argued Moret Decree. So, Father Francisco Revas is a Procurator General. So, in February 21, 1871, in Madrid, the university dedication was supported by the Dominican Procurator General of the Philippines, Father Francisco Revas. So Father Francisco Revas is the one who investigate with the case, or the one who supervised with over a legality of the investigation. So he is the prosecutor of that case. On October 25, 1871, Rivas was succeeded by Father Pedro Payo, who became the Archbishop of Manila. So, di ba, ang nag-investigate ato is si Rivas. After that, gisaksid na pod siya ni Pedro Payo. So, si Pedro Payo nakaroon ang nagunit sa case. Then after that all issue and stuff, he became the Archbishop of Manila. It was not also just Moret decree or upon secularizing the University of Santo Tomas. There has been many decree that was issued in many schools and institutions. For example, is the suppression of the College of Letran, Ateneo, and schools like the Escuela Nautica or Nautical schools, because the issue has been very hard because there has been many issue about suppression of the college students like that. It was also during 1871 that these decrees had the objective of modernizing the educational system in the Philippines. So, as I have stated a while ago, they want to secularize schools and other institutions. Secularize means they want the schools to be taken away from the church, or gusto nila nga ang school is mawala sa hand sa church, sa church. With the secularization of the university, its name was changed to a secular name, Universidad de Filipinas, and another name, secular character, the Universidad de Manila. So, di ba, University of Santo Tomas man to. So, another way of secularizing a school is naming them in a secular character. So, sa University of Santo Tomas, it was changed into Universidad de Filipinas, and another one is the Universidad de Manila. However, on January 2, 1871, Amadeo was proclaimed king. So, nabago na ang king. Nagbago siyang mga officials, mga laing delegates. So, apparently, ang Moret Decree or secularizing the university were not implemented due to the change of government in Spain. Kaya si kuan naman ang nakuan na proclaimed king si Amadeo Savoy. Si King Amadeo Savoy. So, in 1871, in October 21, 1875, Moret Decree was revoked. And with it revoked, the old name of University of Santo Tomas were reinstated, making it again the University of Santo Tomas. In 1879, a school for midwives was created and allowed women for the first time to be enrolled in the university. So, as we all know, way before, women does not have privilege to study. But in this time, privilege of to students, which is women, happened, and they have the chance to study, especially in medical schools and midwives. So, in 1880, school for medical practitioners and the school for pharmaceuticals were established. That's why in In 1877, Dr. Rizal studied in University of Santo Tomas, and after he studied in University of Santo Tomas, while he was studying there, there has been many changes that also happened in University of Santo Tomas.
So, this is Vanessa U. Api, and this is the part of my report. Unfortunately, Rizal was not happy at UST or University of Santo Tomas, and this reflected on his grade anxiety in 1999. There were three main factors that contributed to his unhappiness at the university, namely, first, the Dominican professors were hostile to him. Filipino students suffer discrimination, so the Filipino students were racially discriminated against by the Spaniards. The method of instructions at University of Santo Tomas was obsolete and repressive. So, after finishing the youth year of his medical course, Rizal decided to study at Spain. He failed to win high, high scholastic honors due to the attitude of his professor. Likewise, there were three main reasons of his struggling academic performance in Guerrero 1998. Rizal was not satisfied with the system of education at the university. Rizal was not satisfied with the system of education in the university. In the Ateneo Jesuit, professors were encouraging and understanding. This, motivate, this motivated Rizal to develop his skills and talents. Then, second is, ano lang siya na mali, dapat ang second ani is, there were plenty of things to distract a young man in the speech of his youth. So, Rizal became fascinated with women during this time. Segunda Katigbak, Leonora Valenzuela, and Leonor Rivera. Some historians point out that Rizal joined parties, took part in gang fights, and even cut classes. Third is medicine was not Rizal through vocation. So he found out later that he was made not for medicine but instead for arts. So he would later found out that his real calling was in the arts, not in medicine. That's all. Next is